Welcome back to part 2 of Rico the Amigurumi Boy. In part 1 we stopped at the end of round 47, and now I'm unraveling the last step in the last stitch to switch to the yellow color. So we're ready to start round 48 by working a single crochet into the back loop only. So work your way through the round until you reach the beginning of the round, and at the end you should have worked 48 stitches. Now for round 49 we're gonna start with an invisible decrease. So we're working into 2 stitches, decreasing them into 1, and then we will work a single crochet for the next 22 stitches. So after finishing the 22 single crochet stitches, we reach the other side of the body, and we are repeating the same thing we did from the beginning of the round. So we do a decrease, decreasing 2 stitches into 1, and then we're gonna do 22 single crochet to get us to the end of the round. And at the end of round 49 we should have 46 stitches. Next, in round 50 we are working a single crochet into each stitch for a total of 44 stitches. Then in round 51 we are doing a decrease followed by 21 single crochet, and then a decrease and 21 single crochet, and at the end of round 51 we should have 44 stitches. For round 52 we are doing 44 single crochet, and then for round 53 and 54 we're gonna start with a decrease, work single crochet for 20 stitches, then a decrease and 20 single crochet stitches, and at the end of round 53 we're gonna have 42 stitches. And then in round 54 we're gonna start with a decrease followed by 19 single crochet, then a decrease and 19 single crochet, and at the end of round 54 we should have 40 stitches. And then starting round 55 and up to round 64, so we're doing 10 rounds of single crochet for each round, so the total for each round should be 40 stitches. Now for round 64 we need to place 2 markers. One will go into the second stitch and the second will go in the 23rd stitch. Now using the skin color we're gonna start working the arms, and to start the arm we are beginning with a magic ring, and into the magic ring we are working 6 single crochet stitches. Now for round number 2 and round number 3 we are working a single crochet into each stitch, so at the end of each round we should have 6 stitches. Since we're working the rounds with no increases, you're gonna find that the work starts to curve inwards, so we are exposing the wrong side outwards. Now you need to stop and start pushing your work so that the wrong side is towards the inside and you are exposing the right side. And you can do this using the end of your hook. Now for round number 4, we are gonna start by shaping the thumb. For the thumb, we're doing a bubble by yarning over, inserting the hook into the first stitch and pulling a loop, yarning over and inserting the hook into the same stitch and pulling a loop, and then yarning over and inserting the hook into the same stitch and pulling a loop. Now we have 7 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through all 7 loops and then chain 1. So this is where the thumb is. Now for the rest of the round, we are doing a single crochet into each stitch. That will be 5 single crochet stitches, and at the end of the round we should have 6 stitches. Now for round number 5, we're doing a single crochet into each stitch. For the first stitch, make sure that you do the single crochet in the chain 1 of the bubble beneath it. For round number 6, we're gonna start with an increase. So 2 single crochet into the first stitch, and then a single crochet into each of the next 2 stitches. Then an increase, 2 single crochet into the same stitch, and then a single crochet into the last 2 stitches. And at the end of this round, we should have 8 stitches. Now starting round number 7 and up to the end of round number 12, we're doing a single crochet into each stitch for a total of 8 stitches in each round. In round number 13, we're gonna shape the elbow. So we're gonna start by working a single crochet into the first 7 stitches. So for the elbow, we're gonna do a bubble that is slightly different than the one we did for the thumb. So for the elbow, we're gonna yarn over, go insert the hook into the stitch, pull a loop, and we're gonna repeat that for a total of 4 times. So we're gonna have 9 loops on the hook. Now we're gonna yarn over, pull through all 9 loops, and then chain 1 to finish the stitch. And now we're ready to work round number 14. And so round number 14 up to round number 16, we are working a single crochet into each stitch. At the end of round 16, we're gonna switch to the yellow color, and we're gonna continue working round 17, 18, and 19, so 3 more rounds in yellow. So depending on which side you're working on, if you're working on the right arm, then start working round 20 by doing a single crochet into the first 4 stitches, and then attach the right arm to the right side of the body. So we're gonna attach the right side, the right arm to where the stitch marker is on the right side. This should be the second stitch on round 64. 4. So we're gonna work a single crochet into the second stitch of round 64. This is how we're gonna attach the arm to the torso area. And then we're gonna work a single crochet for the next 20 stitches. So we worked 4 single crochet on the right arm, and then a total of 21 stitches on the torso side. Now on the other side of the body, we're gonna attach the left arm by working a single crochet into the first stitch of the round on the left arm. So basically we are just starting round 20 on the arm. After doing that first single crochet, we're gonna continue working a single crochet around the arm, so a total of 8 single crochet around the left arm. And then we're gonna go back and work more stitches on the torso part. Now we're going back to the torso area. We're gonna work a single crochet for a total of 18 stitches. So here we're finishing the 18 stitches on the torso part, and if you recall, we started working in the second stitch of round 64, so we should finish the 18 stitches in the first round, in the first stitch of the round. Now we're moving to the right arm again to work the last 4 stitches to finish what was round 20 on the right arm, and that brings us to the stitch marker, and this stitch marker is gonna be our beginning of the round from now on. So remove any stitch markers on the torso and on the left arm. Now we're gonna start shaping the shoulder area. So for round 1 we are working a single crochet starting on the right arm, then on the back side of the body, and then the left arm, and then the front side of the body. And at the end of the round we should have 56 stitches. Now to start the next round, we're gonna begin with a decrease, decreasing 2 stitches into 1. And then we are working a single crochet for the next 26 stitches. After the 26 single crochet stitches, we're gonna repeat the decrease again. So 1 decrease, and then we're gonna do 26 single crochet stitches on the other side of the body. For the third round, we're doing a single crochet into each stitch for a total of 54 stitches. For round number 4, we're gonna start with 2 decreases. So we are working over the first 2 stitches to decrease them into 1, and then we're gonna work 1 more decrease, and then we are working 23 single crochet stitches. On the other side, we're gonna repeat the same thing, so we're gonna do 2 decreases, and then we are working 23 single crochet stitches to get us to the end of the round. For round number 5, we are starting with 2 decreases. This is the first decrease, and then another decrease, and then after we finish that, we're gonna do 21 single crochet stitches, and then repeat the same 2 decreases on the other side of the body, followed by 21 single crochet on the front side. For round number 6, we are going to begin with 4 decreases. So we are decreasing 8 stitches into 4. Then we are working a single crochet for the next 7 stitches. And then on the other side of the body, we're gonna work 8 decreases. So we're decreasing 16 stitches into 8. For the next 7 stitches, we're doing a single crochet into each. And then for the last 8 stitches, we're doing 4 decreases. So we're decreasing the last 8 stitches into 4. For round 7, we are starting with 3 decreases, reducing 6 stitches into 3, followed by 5 single crochet stitches, and then on the left side we're doing 5 decreases, reducing 10 stitches into 5, followed by 5 single crochet stitches, and then in the last 4 stitches we're doing 2 decreases, so we're reducing the last 4 stitches into 2 stitches. And at the end of this round we should have 20 stitches. Now I'm gonna switch to the skin color to shape the neck area. And we're gonna start round number 8 by doing a single crochet into the first 2 stitches, followed by 3 decreases. So we're decreasing 6 stitches into 3. Next, we're doing 4 single crochet stitches. Then we're gonna work 3 decreases, reducing 6 stitches into 3, and then a single crochet into the last 2 stitches. And at the end of this round, we should have 14 stitches. Now for the next 2 rounds, round number 9 and 10, we are working a single crochet into each stitch for a total of 14 stitches at the end of each round. At the end of round 10, cut off the yarn, leaving a long tail. This tail is gonna be used to sew the head part to the body or the neck area. For the head, we're gonna start with a magic ring in skin color, and into that magic ring we're working 7 single crochet stitches. Then put your stitch marker and start round number 2, where we're working an increase into each stitch for a total of 14 single crochet stitches. For round number 3, we are starting with a single crochet into the first stitch, and then an increase into the next stitch, and that will be the repeat for the round. So a single crochet followed by an increase, and at the end of this round we should have 21 stitches. For round number 4, the repeat will be an increase in the first stitch and then a single crochet into the next 2 stitches. And we're gonna repeat this till the end of the round, and we should have 28 stitches in total. For round number 5, the repeat will be a single crochet into the first 3 stitches and then an increase in the 4th stitch. We're gonna repeat that for a total of 7 times, and at the end of the round we should have 35 stitches. Now starting round 6 and up to the end of round 11, we are doing a single crochet into each stitch without any increases. So each round will be 35 stitches. In round 12, we are starting the decreases to shape the head. So for the first 3 stitches, we are doing a single crochet into each. And then we are doing a decrease over the next 2 stitches. And this will be the repeat for this round. 3 single crochet followed by a decrease. And at the end of this round, we should have 28 stitches. For round number 13, we are starting with a decrease for the first 2 stitches. Followed by a single crochet for the next 2 stitches. And we're gonna repeat that through the round, and at the end of round 13, you should have 21 stitches in total. Now for round number 14, This is the last round for the head. We are starting with a single crochet into the first stitch, followed by a decrease, and repeat that throughout the round until you get 14 stitches in total. Now after finishing round 14, cut off the yarn and stuff the head with Fiberfill. We're just making a check on how the head is fitting on top of the neck part. Using sewing pins, I'm gonna mark where I want to have the eyes and the mouth on the head. So I'm spacing the eyes with 5 stitches, and the mouth will be underneath where the eyes are by 2 rows, in between the 2 pins for the eyes, so in the 3rd stitch between the 2 eyes. Now I'm gonna use brown thread for the eyes and a light pink color for the mouth, and I'm gonna embroidery the 3 of them. Now for the nose, I'm using the same skin color that I used for the head to make the nose part. The last part for Rico will be the cap, and I'm using brown color, a tweed brown color for the cap part. We're starting with a magic ring, and for the first 11 rounds we're working the same rounds we did for the head area. So work them and then join me for round number 12. So this is the end of round 11. We're gonna start round 12 by working in the front loop only, and we're doing a single crochet in the front loop for the first 14 stitches. Now for round number 13, we're gonna turn without chaining one, and we're gonna do a slip stitch into the first stitch. Next, we're doing a single crochet for the next 12 stitches. And then into the last stitch we're doing a slip stitch. Now for round number 14, we are turning the work without chaining one, and this step is very important. We are skipping the slip stitch and we're gonna slip stitch into the first single crochet. Then we are doing 10 single crochet, then finish the row with a slip stitch into the single crochet below. Now row number 15, we are turning the work without chaining one, skip the slip stitch and slip stitch into the first single crochet, and then work 8 single crochet, and then into the last stitch make a slip stitch. Then we are ready to cut off the yarn, leaving a long tail. This tail, we're gonna use it to attach the cap to the head area. Now start sewing the cap to the head. Now we are ready for the final step, which is attaching the head to the body. So we're gonna use the tail that we left on the neck to attach the head to the body or the neck part. And by this we have reached the end of the two-part tutorial of Rico the Amigurumi Boy. Please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. And until the next time, take care, keep crocheting, and see you soon.